Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to go through Grace Beverley's 2026 plan and how she makes her 2026 the most intentional year yet. So I've got a lot of notes. There's a few pages to go through. So there's 5 steps. So if you want to plan intentionally with Grace Beverley and also my take on it, then get your notes out and let's begin. Yeah. She starts off with talking about realignment, reflecting and setting goals. And then she moves on to say that a lot changes within a year. And she says, ask yourself, what do I want in 2026? And by the end of 2026, which is the beginning of 2027, yes, it's crazy to think about 2027 now, and review your past year. So think what we've learned, where I've missed my goals, was it the right things to do, and was my planning not effective? So use new tools. So she has a digital planner out, and which helps organisation and removes guesswork. And then the changes doesn't happen unless change happens, which, yeah. So step 1 is to reflect on your past year. So no point planning if you do not understand the past. Acknowledge what you did achieve as well as what you didn't. 3 keys. So what's failed, what was done that was not planned, and what was achieved. Then the key questions you have to ask yourself, and this is quite important, is what have I achieved this year? What ways of working have I enjoyed? What habits have helped me the most? What do I wish I had more time for, and what is stopping those things, and what didn't work and why? Split them into 2 categories: what's within your control and what's not within your control. And what's within your control, you take accountability for it, and what's not within your control, you give yourself tenderness and also forgiveness to be able to move on. Step 2, knowing where you are going. So, what does success life look like to you? Create a vision board. So, I just created my own vision board just on Canva. If you go search vision board, you get like loads of templates. You obviously, the templates, I think a lot of them you have to sign up to Canva Pro, but that's like £10 or £15 a month or something like that. And or you can just make your own from scratch. So going into step 3, I'll come back to the visualization, but going into step 3, there are 6 categories which you should all include on your vision board. So health, career, business, relationships, personal development, finance, and attitude and mindset. So visualizing the life that you want to live, seeing something makes it easier to imagine what your life could look like in that way. And I'm a very visual learner and visual person. So if I see a diagram or a photo of something, and you can use AI for this to be able to help you visualize, to create. So you go on Google Gemini, which is really, really good for photo prompts. You can say, create me a hotel chain, for example, and then it pops up with whatever, like the picture of a hotel chain. And then so there's 3 areas you want to go into planning: who I want to be, how I want to live, and what I want to do. And things like date nights, brainy quotes, places to visit, recipes, or whatever you want to put. You can also use Pinterest to pin your like wider vision boards, but I haven't really got into Pinterest. I find it I just have so much social media stuff to manage already. Pinterest is just another one which I haven't actually gotten. But I think with social media, you can actually get quite a lot of traction on Pinterest as well. So step 3, setting your goals. So break it down into 6 key categories, which I mentioned just now, and have to make them smart. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And it's not an effective way to plan your life if you're constantly judging it from an arbitrary thing. So things like eating healthy, for example, if you just put eating healthy, it's not viable, because you just, what does that even mean? So it could be cooking myself healthy meals 3 times a week, for example, which makes it a bit more measurable, a bit more time bound, etc., etc. So the key to setting goals, there's so many goals are wishes without a plan. So use milestones towards achieving your goals. And then step 4 is tracking your habits. Goals without accountability and plan won't get you anywhere. So habit tracking, she has a video on habit theory, Grace Beverley. So go and watch that at some point. And then not everything is about dopamine. So big life changes, it's not just one action, it's cumulative action every day, every week. So think of it like cumulative interest of your stock, for example, in your investment portfolio. You getting dividends, the price rises of your stock, for example, and it's cumulative. It's builds up every single day, rather than just, on a daily basis, on just investing a day and then taking the money out and then spending it. Distill goals into habits. So you can use things like ChatGPT or other AI, and she has a streak, so like ticking off in a digital planner, and dopamine hits from ticking off habits. So it's very important to give yourself daily rewards that would otherwise have only come from reaching big goals. So I fail at this because when I'm doing my exams, I have a big goal and then a big reward, but I don't reward myself for the little steps or the little progresses. So I need to reward myself more daily somehow, whether it is maybe through a little chocolate bar or a little walk outside or just something that will help me. Step 5, staying consistent. So checking in on your goals every month, adjusting goals. So flexibility is key. She says about adjusting goals on a monthly basis or even bi-yearly basis, or however you want to put it, and then breaking down big yearly goals into monthly targets and then weekly actions. And how I'm going to plan my quarter, I'm going to plan it 2 different ways. I'm going to break the year into 8 quarters and then 3 cycles. So that means I get more checkpoints for myself and more review time. So every month and a half, I'm going to review my goals. And then instead of every 3 months, for example, instead of every quarter. And then the 3 checkpoints are like my 3 pillars of what I want to reach and the steps. So I'm not going to go into exactly what my goals are, but say if you wanted to go to Paris, for example, your 3 could be, okay, booking the flight, booking the hotel, and then, traveling to Paris. That could be your thing. And then aim, not to set and forget, make goals visible, easy to fall off. And 10% of the battle is planning, but 90% is taking action. So that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, share with a friend if you did enjoy this segment, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.